It's not always a man's fault when he cheats. Prepare for the ambush. Men enter into marriages or long-term relationships with the expectation that I'm going to get spicy time on the regular. So when you cut them off or have it once a month, they feel betrayed and let down. But what we think is that this is the 21st century. I can say yes or no when I want to. I am not condoning infidelity, but we also can't starve them. And there it is. The conflict between a man's needs and a man's integrity.
I would hope that people enter into a marriage for connection instead of on-demand penetration. And actually, I would argue that if you want sex without emotional connection, then you have a responsibility to stay single. And how can you say that you're not condoning infidelity when you're claiming that cheating is not the cheater's fault? By removing fault, you remove wrongdoing. Cheating is always the cheater's fault, and someone with integrity would walk away before they would sacrifice it. So all you really did was give abusive men a tool that they'll weaponize in their future attempts to be coercive and contribute to the gaslighting of women by encouraging them to blame themselves for their own betrayal. And please don't act like you're doing this for men, because if you cared about men, you wouldn't be encouraging behavior that will scar their partner and lead to a growing resentment that will result in the eventual destruction of their marriage. If you cared about men, you wouldn't be reducing them down to prisoners of their instincts, and maybe you'd offer some female perspective on how to restore a relationship that's obviously broken. People put effort into getting what they want, and unfortunately, some men would prefer to put effort into guilting their wives into having sex with them instead of establishing a connection that could organically lead to an intimacy that both people actually want to participate in. She's operating off this assumption that women want sexless marriages, like saying no is a feminist power move instead of a basic human right. But let me tell you, there is nothing empowering about not wanting the man you love. And that video completely disregards how painful it can be to exist in a marriage without connection. The absence of sex does not mean that sex is being weaponized. It means there's a problem. But she would rather justify men giving attention to other women instead of encouraging them to give that attention to their wives.